What's going on, everyone? Hope everyone had a good weekend. If you watch this video to the end, I'm going to show you how to set up a free 30-minute call with me. So I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to give a 30-minute dive in, talk about your goals, and give you guys some advice. So I'll at the end, I'll show you exactly how you could book a call with me, how to get a hold of me. So what I'm going to talk about today is people that have started fitness plans, fitness programs, for a few weeks, a few months, maybe even, and they couldn't stick to them, right? So I know people have done that before. In fact, all of my clients have been in that spot before. So I'll kind of tell you a story about John that I'll post about here. I'll post his photo so you guys can know who he is, what he looks like, and what his journey looked like. But John, before he came to me, same thing. He had done every program, no demand. So he was a big keto guy. He tried keto. It didn't work for him. He tried buying like $47 programs, even $100 programs that were one-off, and just gave him a PDF, and that was all he had to go by. And those didn't work either because they weren't personalized. He tried Weight Watchers. He tried, paleo. At that point, this is years ago now, so vegan wasn't as much of a thing, but he tried vegetarian. So all these diets that were super, super common that he couldn't stick to. So the reason, he learned, what John learned was that he needed something. Before he reached out to me, he was like, I need something personalized, right? Because when we go through these programs and we realize, that it's something that they give for everyone, well, it doesn't apply. So what if you can't eat dairy and the whole program, the meal plan has cheese in it? What if you're vegetarian and the meal plan has a bunch of meat in it, right? Or what if you don't eat fish and all of it has is fish? So he realized that his program, especially with the workouts, because he would get to workouts and the first thing would be like barbell back squat, or today is 3 sets of 5 deadlift. And those are 2 movements that he couldn't do because of his back and knee injuries. So he would get to these programs, they all had some barbell squat, some barbell deadlift movement, and he couldn't do them. So he realized, he's like, all right, I need something personalized. I need something that fits my lifestyle. So that was kind of when he reached out for help. So basically what happened is, his epiphany was then when he reached out to me, we started working together, was that not only did he have things that made him feel better and look better and have more energy, but he was like, you know what, this program is personalized to me and I'm learning how to do it. So he got better results. So what he learned is when it fits your lifestyle, and it makes it really easy and even easier to stick to and get results, right? So when we're doing things for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, we eventually fall off. And then we go back. So what he realized is once he was on this, John did this for a whole year with me, for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. It became easier and easier and easier because it was just his routine. It was just every day. This is what he did for working out. This is what we did for eating. And it got so easy to the point where I knew exactly what he was going to eat most days, and we knew what his workouts were going to look like, but we found what worked for him. He would cheat. He would have treat days, whatever you want to call them, and it really worked. So throughout the time, which you'll see the photos, throughout the year, he lost 60 pounds. He burned off 50 pounds of fat. And the whole time, we really didn't reach any plateaus because we were constantly changing, constantly adjusting things. And his big epiphany was like, okay, I can eat more on this program. I can have things that I still enjoy. I'm not restricted, so it's easier to sustain. Now, we went through phases where we cut. We went through phases where we boost metabolism. We went through phases where we would maintain. That was, we did a whole year. So we had to boost metabolism first, then raise it up, then get him to the point where we cut, and then we would maintain, and then we would cut. Throughout this year, he lost 60 pounds and became really good, but he never at the point was like, oh my God, this is super hard, because during the cuts, we raised his calories so much that he was eating more during his cuts than he was when he started. He started off eating like 1,800 calories. His cut, we were cutting at 2,250. So now he's walking around eating, between 2,500 and 2,750 calories. It makes it way easier to go and have that piece of cake when you want it, or that glass of wine when you want it, because it fits his lifestyle and fits your routine. So I truly feel bad for people that have gone through this, because and that's why I'm here to help, is people, we all want the quick fix and we always want the cheapest thing. So it's like, okay, this program's $20, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to do it for a few weeks and I'm going to realize it doesn't work. I just got off a phone with a client today, and there were probably 10 things we needed to change about her workout. That wasn't because the workout was bad, because it didn't fit her needs. There were a few things, maybe your knee hurts, maybe your back hurts, maybe you can't kneel down, maybe you can't do a squat, maybe you can't do an overhead press or a deadlift. So if your program has that, how are they going to get adjusted to then hit the proper muscle groups? You can't just bang them out and be like, oh, I don't have to do those movements. So there's ways to get around it. there's ways to do it and there's ways to maximize it. So the other thing is, when you have more energy and you feel better, that's when you really start to make change. So not only do you get results, sometimes we get so fast we can't keep it off, but when you feel better, that's when people start doing it. So not just self-image, self-confidence, but actually like your joints, your knees. I remember when John started, his knee pain, his back pain, and his shoulder pain, those were the three. You know, he couldn't do a bench press, couldn't do an overhead head squat, couldn't do a back squat, couldn't do a deadlift. So those are like foundational movements for anyone who lifts. So we found other ways around them, with dumbbells, with body weight, with free weights, and then we worked on prehabilitation and we worked on stretch routines. So by the end of the time, he was able to do majority of those. Now he'll probably never be able to deadlift because of his back, but he front squatted by the end with a barbell, split squats. We did box squats at the end on the back. We did dumbbell bench, and we were able to press overhead by the end. So because he corrected these things, it made it really easy and it was more fun. So every month was something different. Every phase, every 3 months, we're like, okay, now we want to do this. Now we've burned off fat, we learned longevity, so we want to do this. So that's my other advice, is always have some sort of goal that you're changing. Maybe it's not lose 10 more pounds. Maybe it's, hey, I need to get rid of this shoulder impingement that I've had for years, but I don't know the proper warm-up. I don't know the proper stretch routine. I don't know what to do in the weight room because I can't press overhead. So what other things are going to hit my front delts? What things do I need to do to offset that? So that was kind of my story of John, just going through this stuff and realizing why he needed to have something personalized so he can get results. So if you want to look like John, which I will post, which is his pictures kind of tell the story, and you want to feel better, look better, which I think all of us want to, but more importantly, you want to learn and have the knowledge, because that's was John's big takeaway, is once I had the knowledge to sustain it, it became even easier. So if you want the knowledge as well, somebody who's going to teach you through this, then go ahead out and shoot me a direct message or a private message, or just comment me, me, or I whatever, I want help, etc. On the photo in the comments, and I'll shoot you a direct message and we'll set up a time to talk. So like I said in the beginning, offered a free call to kind of go through your goals, give you some ideas for what you can do, what can help you. That way you can kind of give people an idea of like why personalized programming is so different, what questions you need to ask yourself, what things you need to look at, other than just what's the quickest way to burn it off because it's going to come back on. So you need to be looking at different things like, what do I have to do to improve my body to hit different ranges of motion? What do I have to do to eat to maintain it? So anyway, look forward to talking to some of you guys. That's my message for Monday. Hope you all have a good start to your week.